These places aren't dangerous by accident, they're forbidden by design. There are places on this earth where you are not allowed to go. These are not lands lost to time or geography. They are spaces intentionally removed from the public map. Their borders are drawn not by nature, but by human decree. Governments and military forces have declared these zones forbidden. They are closed by order, sealed by law, and guarded with unwavering resolve. These restrictions serve many purposes. They protect secrets. They contain dangers. They preserve fragile life. This is not a story of mystery or fear. It is a plain account of authority. They demonstrate that a line on a map can become a physical reality, enforced with fences, patrols, and the full weight of the law. To cross these lines is not an act of exploration. It is an act of defiance against a declared order. The consequences for such actions are not left to chance. They are clearly defined. Fines, arrest, more severe outcomes. The world is covered in these invisible walls. They exist in remote deserts, on distant islands, and sometimes closer than we imagine. The first location is officially named the Punggye-ri Nuclear Test Site, 41.30 degrees north, 129.2590 degrees east, North Hamgyong Province, North Korea, military-controlled area. At these coordinates, access is not a suggestion. It's enforced. The site exists for a single purpose: the development and testing of nuclear weapons. Its very existence is an exercise in absolute governmental control, controlled by the Korean People's Army and state security. Access is forbidden to all but select personnel. Reason: national security and the preservation of state secrets. Operations are classified at the highest level. Patrols, checkpoints, and surveillance systems secure the perimeter. Trespassers would be apprehended, detained, interrogated, and face severe penalties under North Korean law. Beyond enforcement, radioactive contamination poses a lasting, invisible danger. A black box, sealed by military order. The world knows it as Area 51, 37.2350 degrees north, 115.8111 degrees west, Lincoln County, Nevada, United States, restricted by government order. At these coordinates, access is enforced. A detached installation of Edwards Air Force Base, a classified ground for aircraft and experimental technologies. The United States Air Force controls the base and the airspace above it. Perimeter markers and surveillance announce the limit. Security is authorized to use deadly force against trespassers. Trespassers are intercepted by armed guards, often private contractors and military police. Expect arrest, federal charges, substantial fines, confiscation, and potential prison. Officially acknowledged in 2013, long known in practice. Restriction is permanent. A legal wall protecting national security. Secrecy maintains strategic advantage. Surtsey, 63,030 degrees north, 20,061.50 degrees west, Iceland, civilian access prohibited. At these coordinates, access is enforced to protect knowledge. Born in 1963, the eruption ended in 1967. A natural laboratory without human interference, a protected nature reserve and World Heritage Site. Only vetted scientists may land, under strict anti-contamination protocols. Even a single visitor could introduce seeds or microbes. Waters are monitored. Unauthorized landings face legal action and fines. Here, the law serves science and preserves data purity. Isolation safeguards lessons in ecology and biogeography. A prohibition as a shield for nature, held in place by law. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, 51.2766 degrees north, 30.2210 degrees east. Kyiv Oblast, Ukraine. Civilian access prohibited. At these coordinates, access is enforced for public safety. The 1986 accident released massive radioactive material, over 100,000 permanently evacuated. Managed by the State Agency of Ukraine on Exclusion Zone Management. Contamination includes cesium-137 and strontium-90 with long half-lives. The danger persists for centuries, in hotspots for millennia. Some areas allow guided visits. Unauthorized entry remains illegal, enforced by police and border guards. Illegal entrance risk arrest, fines, criminal charges. The health risk outweighs the legal risk. Exposure can be severe. A legal boundary born of disaster, containing a persistent, invisible threat. North Sentinel Island, 11.5570 degrees north, 92.2416 degrees east. India. Civilian access prohibited. At these coordinates, access is enforced as a humanitarian quarantine, closed to protect the lives and culture of the Sentinelese. They have consistently rejected contact. Indian law bans approach within 5 nautical miles, enforced by the Navy. 2 reasons. Protect outsiders from violent confrontation. Protect the Sentinelese from disease. They have no immunity to common illnesses. Consequences: arrest and imprisonment, high risk of violence if contact occurs, a state-enforced isolation for humanitarian reasons, a legal shield for a fragile human existence. Ilha de Queimada Grande, 24,4875 degrees south, 46.7075 degrees west, Brazil. Civilian access prohibited. At these coordinates, access is enforced for public safety. Known as Snake Island, home to the golden lancehead pit viper, among the most venomous snakes. Population density estimates approach 1 per square meter. The Brazilian Navy enforces a landing ban. Bites cause necrosis, kidney failure, and hemorrhage. Evacuation is impractical. Only permitted researchers may land, accompanied by a medical doctor. Unauthorized visitors are removed and penalized under federal law. The enforcement is designed to be absolute. A rational, risk-based prohibition. Authority over the map. The places detailed in this essay are linked by a single concept: authority. They are not merely dangerous or remote. They are legally forbidden. Governments draw lines that become real, impassable borders. Each zone is a statement of control. Warnings are not suggestions. Fences are not symbolic. Guards, patrols, surveillance. Consequences are codified in law, up to lethal force in some cases. Secrecy, safety, science, humanitarian protection, each enforced by a governing body that has weighed the options. Where individual freedom ends, state authority takes precedence. Some doors are meant to remain closed. The signs are not there to warn you of danger. They are there to inform you of the law. In the end, danger can be survived. Authority cannot be ignored.